I honestly didn't like this show, but these days, let me share my 3 worst and best moments. Also, I'll be ranking my top 5 superstars in this episode of AEW Collision. Starting with the 3 worst moments at number 3, the BCC group. The reason why I put this at number 3 is because I don't know what this group's whole mission is at this point. I am happy that they got all the good superstars and put them in a group, and maybe even put other superstars that need more shine, more push. But I don't see the reason why they're still together at this point. I think it's just holding down a lot of people. Holding down Cesaro or Claudio Castagnoli. It's holding down Daniel Bryan. It's just a group now with ex-WWE guys and just Yuta there, just being someone who is being groomed in such a way, but is not groomed enough because Yuta hasn't come out of this better or bigger. Like, I think this whole group should be decimated at this point. But it should not be decimated because it's a bad group. It should be decimated because directionally, creatively, it's not going to go anywhere further. There's so much you can do with these superstars. But now, I see that they are probably going to add another person. I don't know if that's going to be a better thing or anything like that, but I need a singles run from Claudio. I need a singles run from Daniel Bryan. I need a singles run from Yuta. I need them to do something that's going to make one person shine above the rest in the group, not just as a whole unison. The group itself is not a bad thing. I just think now, directionally, there's nothing more we can offer with this group. And number 2, we got the TBS Championship Division. Since Jade Cargill dropped this thing, I was like, what are they going to do from this? But I didn't see what more they could do for this title, even though they should be doing something more with this title. It is a mid-card title for the women's. Even WWE doesn't have that. So for them to not pay that much attention, mid-card titles are supposed to bring superstars from obscurity to make them more relevant so that they can get a shot at the AEW Women's World Champion. But now, it just seems like something that's an afterthought that maybe gets a match, just maybe gets a feud. Nothing there is happening in such a way that is like some people are emerging, some superstars are getting built. The TBS champion should be one of the most, if not the most, frequent championships we see in all of these shows so that they can build the women's division. You can build the women's division in a way that has never been done before, even by WWE or any other promotion. So we need this to have more relevance. We need this to have more storylines, more superstars vying for it, more superstars needing to hold it. Maybe I should be watching more of it because I always get to miss it, and me missing it is not something I'm like, oh man, I missed what happened there. So we need fans like me to not feel as if missing it is just useless, doesn't mean anything. Julia Hart is probably doing a good job, and I saw her moonsault, which is amazing. But we need more direction and purpose within the TBS Championship, because this championship can be one of the most important championships in wrestling or in AEW. Then number 1, I'm just going to comment on a remark someone made. I'm not sure who the announcer is, but it says something on the lines.
No, Tony, do you think Brian's missing a chromosome?
What?
Even the other commenters as well, like, what did you have to say?
Why would you ask that?
Say that. You know what I mean? I didn't understand what but maybe I was trying to be funny. I don't know, but like, it was just poorly timed. I maybe he meant well, but it didn't land. It bombed so much. But man, maybe it's gonna, I don't know, maybe it's gonna get better. Maybe actually it's funny. It's just a wrong joke at the wrong time. Now for the 3 best moments, at number 3 we got the Adam Copeland promo. I'm not accustomed to calling Edge Adam Copeland, but whatever. For me, someone who's been vocal about Edge not needing to go to AEW, I was like not a fan of it going there because I don't know what it can add to the promotion. I don't know what it can achieve, or you know what I mean. I don't feel as if he's at a point where AEW could have something he would do that would be memorable. I'm not sure. But he did say he's coming here to retire. So people can choose whatever they want. Maybe WWE didn't have anything more for him. And the feud Christian Cage is, I think it's nearing its end, as it should. They've done enough for whatever they need to do. They've, you know what I mean, before it gets to a point where it seems dragged on, before it gets to a point where it seems as if now we are just doing whatever we need to do just to keep these guys on TV, I think they must end it in a certain way. They must end it in a way that makes sense to the storyline. Maybe even leave the storyline open-ended. By the point, we need Adam Copeland to win. You must not do the whole WWE thing where you won the Royal Rumble and still didn't even get to win the WWE Universal Championship. And number 2, we got the Infantry upset. from last week, I was like, these guys, I'm interested in seeing these guys. I'm interested in seeing how these guys are going to perform, are going to be treated in AEW. I was happy that these guys came out and they seemed charismatic. They got a reaction from the crew. They seemed very confident in what they are doing. They seems to be entertaining, and I love to see that. I love to see superstars come out from obscurity and come out and shine off their first impression. First impression superstars are one of my favorite superstars because those guys, it's easy for us to see and just make up our minds about them immediately instead of waiting for a certain push, a certain storyline, or certain anything. You know what I mean? So now they can build superstars up without feeling as if they are shoving them in our throats. And the way that they won here was amazing. They didn't win clean, they won with an interference, which kind of protected House of Black, which should break up again. I'm going to say it again. But I'm happy that we saw an upset in AEW, and we haven't seen an upset in a while, but I'm happy that we got to see an upset, and it's from a new crew, or a new group rather, and I'm probably not going to win the World Championships, but I know that these guys are going to do something bigger in AEW. I trust that even backstage, I understand that this guy's got something that very few superstars can ever have. Very few superstars struggle to be authentic about, or even act as if. I'm happy about the Infantry upsets on House of Black. Number 1, we got the Claudio Castagnoli versus Lance Archer match. Now, I'm one of the biggest proponent of the heavyweight division in AEW being something more prominent, being something more that gets more shine. I'm not going to be so upset about it because I think they're trying more now, because the Claudio Castagnoli versus Archer match was absolutely amazing. These guys, the way these guys are moving in the ring, it's so insane. It's like, these guys are big. Who's going to be bigger? And then, of course, Claudio Castagnoli is extremely powerful. But this man, yeah, there was absolutely, so yeah, that power slam, absolutely amazing. And Lance Archer is someone where there was a time when they were pushing Lance Archer a lot before he won the US Championship in IWGP. I was like, man, I'm not, you know what I mean? It's just, he's a big man, but it's just big. You know what I mean? I don't care for him. But this guy can move. This guy can be a really good player in the division. This guy could be an amazing addition to whatever spotlight they're going to create next for the heavyweight division, if they are going to do that. And Claudio Castagnoli needs to get, I don't know, man, another manager or anything like that for him to get to a point where he can go for the World Championship, and all of us could be behind him, and he could have a good or a decent run. For the AEW Collision question of the week, should Collision be one of the main shows of AEW, like Raw and SmackDown, or should the show be cancelled and move on with Dynamite and Rampage? Now to rate my top 5 superstars. At number 5, we got Kyle O'Reilly. At number 4, we got Julia Hart. At number 3, we got the Bastard Pac. At number 2, we got Claudio Castagnoli. At number 1, we got Bryan Danielson.